carry on. If you've been following the other videos, you should be just that little bit more flexible so that you can get the full benefit of the Sun Salutation, which is coming next. The way I do Sun Salutation is very, very slowly. As you saw in all the other videos, we spend time in each asana, and it's no different with Sun Salutation. I do my Sun Salutations first thing in the morning. This allows me to warm up my body and to bring my focus so that I can be mindful during the day. This short video is just going to go over a couple of pointers to explain the video that's coming and to give you some inside information on how to perform, when to perform, and what to wear. There's a lot of mystique about what to wear when you're doing yoga. Some people like to wear white, gives them a feeling of calmness or enlightenment. Some people spend huge money on very, very nice apparel. Others just wear a pair of shorts. There is no right answer. It's what it means to you. If you want to invest money and look beautiful and it helps your practice, perfect. My favorite instructor in all the world wore a t-shirt and very scruffy, baggy tracksuit bottoms and a toque, as we call it in Canada. Another one of my instructors, also magnificent, wore the very traditional Indian white kirtan pajama. It doesn't make a difference. The only difference is what it makes to you, because yoga, as we've said many, many times, is intensely personal. If you want to bring a sense of occasion to your yoga practice, invest some time in what you wear. If, like me, you think it doesn't really matter, just make sure it's something that's loose, that's not going to restrict your movements, and that's warm enough if you're in a cold climate, or cool enough if you're in a hot climate. Aside from that, doesn't matter. Just whatever makes you feel good. We'll start our practice with a mantra. Mantras are a method to bring your attention and bring your focus, and they're an integral part of yoga. The mantra we're going to do is the Ganesha mantra. Lord Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. He's also the coolest god in the Hindu pantheon because he's got the head of an elephant. Awesome. The invocation is to ask Ganesha to remove obstacles to our practice, that we have a successful practice. Now, if you know anything about anything, you'll realize the only obstacle to our practice is ourselves. So this is actually a mantra, an invocation, a request to ourselves. You see how that works? Traditionally, Sun Salutation is done in the morning, first thing in the morning, before dawn, before the sun comes up, and you come into your Sun Salutations and you greet the first rays of the morning sun. Now bear in mind that the practice originated in India, where during the day it was often too hot to perform yoga, so this was an ideal time of the day to practice. I personally do my practice Sun Salutations in the morning because it gets my body ready for the day. But you need to carve out a bit of time for yourself where you won't be interrupted, where it's a bit of you time, and you fit it in wherever it fits best in your day. Some people like to do physical exercise in the morning, some people like to study in the morning, some people are better at exercise in the evening or the afternoon. It's up to you when you do it. There is no mystique. The whole idea of saluting the morning sun, it's quite cute, but it doesn't make any difference to your body. It's part of the mystique. Make sure you breathe. Seriously though, breathing's really important. I can't say that with a straight face. Slow, deep breaths. It's part of the mindfulness. You coordinate the breathing with your movements, but the important thing is that it's controlled breath. Deep breath. You need the oxygen to your cells in order to have them function. We want to do aerobic exercise as opposed to anaerobic exercise. So breathing's super important. Don't get too hung up on it, just make sure you breathe. If you're in a difficult position and you've stopped breathing, you're kind of working against yourself. Remember to breathe, bring your attention back to the move you're doing and the breath you're making. And this is all part of the mindfulness training. So, breathing. In India, people will greet each other with Namaste. The literal translation of this is, I bow to you. When combined with the Anjali Mudra, it means the sacred in me recognizes the sacred in you. Yogis will sometimes greet each other with Hari Om, which is a short version of Hari Om Tat Sat. Now this is a mantra to remove personal difficulties and to reconnect with the universal consciousness. Hari is the first and most important name of God. The equivalent in Sanskrit is Brahman, and Om is the universal sound. In Hindu mythology, Brahman said, "I am one, but may I become many." And this became the universal vibration which brought into existence the entire universe. And that vibration was Om. Now what I find interesting is that Om is actually made up of R, U and These are three primordial sounds, and there is some discussion that around the idea that these are the precursors to language. Early humans made these sounds as R, U and and they were the precursors. What's interesting is that they're the first three letters in the Sanskrit alphabet, and they're made without use of the tongue. The R is just an open mouth and vibration the glottis. The U is just slightly pursing the lips, and is just the vibration within the closed mouth. You don't need a tongue to make these sounds, and this is why there's some discussion around the idea that they are the primordial language. You can imagine meaning being conveyed like this: ah, ooh, Anyway, that's a side issue. I'm going to go into all of this in another video in the philosophy section. At the end of the practice, we will adopt Savasana. Now this is a prone position, it's called corpse pose, but it's difficult. People don't realize your body has to be fully relaxed and your mind has to be clear. And the first thing that happens with most people when these two conditions are achieved is that they fall asleep. That's not what we're after. We're after mindfulness, pure focus. We focus on a single point. In this case, I'll be talking, so it'll be a little bit easier to focus on my voice, to relax the body and clear the mind of all of the chatter that normally distracts us. Shavasana is quite difficult. I will be doing videos on Yoga Nidra where we will explore this fully. But for now, when we adopt Shavasana, you need to focus, but your body has to be completely relaxed. You can have props, you can have cushions underneath, you can have a blanket, but the point is you have to be comfortable, but not asleep. So that's it, that's what to expect. The whole thing will take around 30 minutes. Feel free to watch through the video so you know what to expect and you can prepare accordingly. But the practice itself will take around 30 minutes. And that's all you need, and that's a really good start to your day. Everything's going to be loosened up afterwards and we're going to be focused and mindful, which is the whole point of it, for me anyway. Okay, so see you in the next video. Carry on.